Hi there. I am going to do a little review of dividing fractions to help you with your homework. So here are the questions that I'm going to do with you. And the first one is straightforward. It is a proper fraction divided by a proper fraction. Here we have a whole number divided by an improper fraction. Here we have a fraction divided by a whole number. Then we have a fraction divided by a mixed number. So they're all different. So here we go. Now you're welcome to write these down, or you can do them one at a time because I will be including them going forward. And then turn off the video and do them yourself and see how your answers line up with mine. All right, we're good to go. 1/3 divided by 1/2. Are these numbers in their fraction formats? Yes, they are. 1/3 and 1/2 both have the numerator over denominator divided by numerator over denominator. So therefore, we can just simply go to the next step, which is invert and multiply. So to do that, we're going to go 1/3. It's a multiplication question, of course. And now we invert because now we're here. And to invert, we're going to invert this number. And so the 2 goes on top, the 1 at the bottom. And 1 times 2 is 2. And 3 times 1 is 3. And there's your answer. So that was for A. Now we're on question B. 3 divided by 7/4. Fraction format. Are these digits in their fraction format? Well, this one is, but this one is not. And so in order to do that, the 3, we have to rewrite this question. So the 3 becomes 3/1 because all whole numbers can be changed into fractions by putting them over 1. So 3/1 divided by 7/4. All right, now we're ready to do the next step, which is this, invert and multiply. So I will start by going 3/1. It's a multiplication question. Now I am ready to invert. And the number I am going to invert is going to be this one. It goes here. And it will be inverted. So therefore, the 4 goes on top and the 7 goes at the bottom. Now we are ready to multiply. And I'll write this out. You don't have to do that. You can probably just do it in your head, but I will just for us here. So we're going 3 times 4, which is here, 3 times 4 and 1 times 7. And the answer is 3 times 4 is 12, and 1 times 7 is 7. Now the next part here, answer should be in its lowest terms, and this is not in the lowest terms because it is, that's right, an improper fraction. So to change that improper fraction, it is 12 divided by 7, or 12 divided by 7. How many 7s in 12? 1. 1 times 7 is 7. Subtract. We have 5 left over. The 5 goes up here. And denominator is 7, because as you know, here is the 7 here. That's what that denominator is. This 7 came from here. So this 7, which is the denominator, was here, and it also goes there. Your answer then is 1 5/7. Let me fix that. And then we're good. 1 5/7, that's that answer. We are now on question C. 2/3 divided by 4. So a fraction divided by a whole number. You're welcome to write that one down and then check to see how your answer lines up once you're finished. You can turn this back on. All right, here we go. 2/3 divided by 4. Are these digits both in their fraction format? And the answer is no. This one is, but not this one. And just like we said before, in order to change the 4 into its fraction format, it's a whole number, so it goes over 1. Now that you've done that, you're ready to do this step, which is invert and multiply. You're going to invert this number. All right, so 2/3, oops, sorry about that. All right, I'm going to get the pink. It's 2/3 times, and we're going to invert this one. It becomes 1 over 4. And then we go 2 times 1 equals 2. And 3 times 4 equals 12. Is the answer in its lowest terms? Because this is where we are now. These are both even numbers, so no, it is not in its lowest terms. Let's change that. So to change it, we can divide both by 2. And 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 12 divided by 2 equals 6, and there is your answer. Now we are on question D. Fraction divided by an improper fraction. A proper fraction here divided by a mixed number here. Our first question is to ask ourselves, are these digits in their fraction format? This one is, but this one is not. It's still a mixed number. So we have to change it so that we have, and I'm just going to repeat again, we need to have numerator over denominator divided by numerator over denominator. So 1/16 remains as 1/16, but 1 1/3 needs to be changed into an improper fraction. 3 times 1 equals 3 plus 1 equals 4 over 3. And there it is. So divided by 4 over 3. We are now ready to go to the next step, which is here. I'll do green. We are ready to invert and multiply. And so to invert and multiply, the one that we're going to be inverting, I'll do it in red, is this one. So here we go. 1/16. It'll be a multiplication question. We're going to invert here. And 3 goes on top, 4 on the bottom. Now, we are ready to multiply. So we are going to go 1 times 3, and we're going to go 16 times 4. 1 times 3 is 3, and 16 times 4, well, I don't know my 16 times table. Do you? Well, I don't think so. So we can just quickly do it down here. 4 times 6 is 24. Carry the 2. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. 64 is the denominator. And you can see here that this is in its lowest terms because we cannot reduce it any further. All right, we're going to have a look at these last 2 questions that you did. Question C here and question D. So the part that's tricky is that when you have this, question and you have to change the 4 into a fraction, a lot of times people forget and they actually multiply at this stage rather than invert and then multiply across. So instead they'll end up going 2 times 4 and 3 times 1. No. Basically what you're doing between here and here, from here to here, is basically rewriting the question. Now you're ready to invert and then multiply. So look at this. Again, you're rewriting the question because the question really, in fact, is 1/16 divided by 4 over 3. So look at this, see? That's basically what it is. And then you inverted this. And then you multiplied 1 times 3 and 16 times 4. See? So that is the tricky part. Very often we don't do that. And I know in one of the assessments, the question was, give the inverse of this. And so they had to change this into the improper fraction, which you know is 4 over 3. And then they left it at that. But the actual inverse of this is this number, this 4 over 3, inverted to 3 over 4. So I'm hoping this is clear. Think about it. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. All the best. Hope this helps.